Hi, my name is Christina and I am your librarian here at Christina's Bookshelf. And today I am bringing you an MF rom-com, sex, spoons, and salsa. I'm probably going to pronounce the name of the author wrong because I'm horrible with names. Side note, I will ship somebody that gets my name wrong. Hypocrite? You bet. There are worse things that I could do, but I'm not going to sing. Okay, so Sex, Spoons, and Salsa by Isla Denny's. Isla-Dennes. I will let you go from there. At first I was a little put off because, by the title of the book, you would think that it would be like this sexy, steamy thrill of a ride. And it's really not. Don't let that discourage you though. This book is about Fiona. She's going through a divorce, her husband cheated on her, she's back living at home with her parents, and she has some really crappy friends. Her life, all in all, is really pretty crappy. She's really settled because that's how she's given into life, is just settling everywhere. So finally her parents say, we can't take this anymore, you're going to therapy. Well, if you've never been to therapy, this book is a really good example of what therapy is. For those of us that have, we're looking at it like, we can see Fiona's point and we can see the therapist's point because now we're past that. However, this is what brings some of the great rom-com into play, is Fiona and the therapist. One of the things that the therapist says is, why don't you get a hobby? Something just for you. It doesn't have your friends, doesn't have anything that does with your past, something that's going to be new and creative and wonderful for you. Well, because Fiona is such a planner, when her mother says, what are you going to do? Out pops salsa lessons. So that's the salsa part. The spoons part of the title is because Fiona's father has this outrageously just glorious spoon collection. He has nagged and begged and harassed anybody that goes on vacation for spoons. And now he's fretting, thinking he's gonna have to sell his spoon collection, maybe one by one, to pay for Fiona's mental health. The sex part of the title is pretty much everybody around Fiona is having sex but Fiona. It becomes this great plot and ploy within the story. As I mentioned at the beginning, this is a rom-com. You have self-flagellating Fiona that is just, woe is me, pity me, but at the same time, she makes the dark comedy come to play. Very much kind of a me, like, okay, here's my situation and here's the joke that I can make about it. Here's this situation and here's the joke I'm gonna make about it. And she can do that all day long with her, but she doesn't know how to pull herself out and kind of look at where her life is and how did it get there. And so we're kind of going on this wonderful journey of self-discovery, self-preservation, painting with all the colors of the wind that is Fiona and figuring out exactly what those colors are and the destiny that those colors can bring us. We might have an impromptu crush along the way that gets a little out of hand because Fiona is just quite the imaginative storyteller. And while Fiona is completely focused on this, something over here is developing or undeveloping and unwrapping right before her eyes, but she can't see it, which brings another huge comical point, also a little drama into the story. As I said, for the most part, Fiona's friends are just really crappy individuals. They pretty much use and abuse her throughout the whole thing. But she's like, we've been friends for years. But this has been their friendship for years. So it goes back to learning to appreciate yourself and to see yourself and your self-worth and not just settling. I really, really enjoyed this story. I could relate to Fiona in many, many ways. It was hilarious. I snort laughed quite a few times in the car. My husband and I carpool, so it would be quiet, he would just be driving, and then I would just start cackling because something hit me. It was hilarious. And sometimes I was snore laughing, and sometimes it was like a ha! I went through all the Mary Poppins laughs that you could go through while reading this book. I am giving Sex, Spoons, and Salsa 4 stars, pretty much just because of editing. Other than that, like I said, the story was fantastic. It was hilarious. It was relatable on so many aspects. We all know, like, somebody that meets each character in this book. We can bring these characters and put them out in the real world and see them, or bring the real world and put them into our characters, into the book, change this person's name to the person that we know, and it all is going to make sense, and it's going to be even more funny. And it's just a really good kind of laugh, a palate cleanser, not really high angst, kind of depressing at times, but then we bump it up into something that's really funny, a aha moment, a pump your fist in the air and say, yeah, Fiona, there you go. Found your strength, girl. I highly, highly recommend this story. So what I am going to do for you is I'm going to leave the Amazon link down below so you can one-click it and be on your way. If you've enjoyed this review, I'm going to ask that you help me with that YouTube algorithm and give me a like. Leave me a comment. I love to interact with all of you guys, and go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I try to get something new out every Monday through Thursday, but honestly I never know when, and that's the magic of the subscribe button, is that you will get a notification when I have something new for you. If you like me and think this chick's pretty cool, or if you want reading updates, what I'm feeling about what I'm reading, miscellaneous blubbering that goes on with me, down below I'm also going to leave my Facebook page and my Twitter. If you have a book or an arc you'd like me to read, you request via website. Sex, Spoons, and Salsa by Isla, published by Totally Bound Publishing. 4 stars. Bye. Hi, my name is Christina. I am your librarian here at Christina's Bookshelf. Today I am bringing you Lily's Angel. This is an MF paranormal fantasy story that begins at the beginning of the 20th century in New Orleans, and then we kind of fast forward to kind of current day Hurricane Katrina time frame. Lily's Angel is written by Charlene Elizabeth Denny, and it is book 1 in the Fangs